this Sunday night is the premiere of Picture Perfect Mysteries, Newlywed and Dead. And today, Orly has a fun way for you to get framed. You'll know what I'm talking about in just a minute here. Now, this movie stars our good friends Alexa and Carlos Penavega.
Yes.
And these are roles that we haven't really seen them in before.
Yeah, absolutely. So Alexa plays a small-town professional wedding photographer named Allie, and she finds herself in the middle of a murder mystery when the groom is suddenly shot and killed during the ceremonial first dance. So Allie begins her own amateur investigation to find the killer and teams up with the newest detective on the force, Sam, who is, of course, played by her real-life husband, Carlos Penavega. And you know,
is it silly
what
to
must
say?
happen.
Exactly right. What must happen, and to say that these two work well together is kind of like, it's kind of ridiculous to say.
They're so fun. I love them.
They're so good together.
They are.
They're great. And so is this DIY. This DIY is
Thank you.
fantastic. I should mention that Carlos and Alexa will be talking to them a little bit later in the week on Friday, so stay tuned for that. In the meantime, we're going to start on this fantastic photo op DIY.
Yeah.
And it starts with a very large piece of foam core in order to get that kind of framed look.
Exactly. So you want this to read like a Polaroid.
Okay.
So like a Polaroid picture, you want it to read like that as a really great photo op. So what we did is just got some extra large foam core. It obviously is the exact shape that we need, so it does half the work for you. So what you want to do is decide on your dimensions. When I was creating it, I figured that the bottom should be about twice as big as everything else to have that look.
Just like the Polaroid, yeah, sure.
Exactly. So what you would want to do is just take your ruler, and I figured that about 10 inches tall was right for the size of mine. So you just kind of want to notch it 10 inches all the way across.
Okay.
And then you would connect those lines. I'm actually going to come on this side. Would you line it up right there?
Got it.
Perfect. Now we're going to run our line across.
Okay.
And then you would do the same thing on the sides. You would figure out I did about 4 inches, 4.5 inches, so a little less than half on my side. Once you have those lines, run it across until you have a rectangle. Once it's drawn out, you are going to use your X-Acto knife.
Okay.
To create a really clean, crisp line, I recommend doing what we do with like a with the rotary cutter. So you actually want to put your ruler, keep it in place, and run the X-Acto against the ruler. It will create the perfect clean line that you can't really do elsewhere. So you would run this all along once you're here, turn and cut until, boom, the center square pops out. So now I'm just going to put this on the floor.
We'll jump ahead.
Yep, and so there you can see, plain, it's just being cut out, 10 inches, 4.5, 4.5, 4.5.
Plain for now until we decorate it, which we're going to do right now.
Yes, now, this is when it's really fun when you're doing a lot of projects because you end up with a bunch of materials. So this is temporary wallpaper from a project I recently did. It's beautiful, it's got this great floral pattern, and what's cool about it is that for very inexpensive, you can just get in there and cut out each of these pieces and they become these giant oversized stickers.
Fantastic.
Really high quality, really beautiful, that would otherwise be a lot more expensive.
Right.
So I cut them out with an X-Acto and now you're just gonna peel them off.
Great idea.
Isn't it fun? And actually here, I bet I have one, let me see if I
For me to do?
one. Yeah, peel that one off. I started at the top.
Orly,
Now,
always thinking about me.
Pick your location. I'm gonna do this top corner here. And if anything overhangs like this, don't worry about it because what actually looks really nice is to wrap it around the side so that you end up with this fully beautiful seam and you don't have any, you know, of those rough lines. So you can do that or you can cut it.
Nice.
And actually pick any spot you want. Really, you can do it anywhere you want.
Okay.
And what I realized on mine, if we can go over here for a second, is what I thought looked really nice as far as creating balance is to always go opposite. So I did thicker, like I did more flowers on this side and this side. You don't want it to be right heavy or left heavy. If you go top right corner, bottom left corner, it creates like better balance.
Yes.
So then you would add in as many as you want. And you can see what I also did was some faux flowers for some 3D texture.
Great idea. It really looks fantastic, especially for these outdoor photo opportunities.
Totally.
Yeah,
So
good.
I want to show you how I did that. Let's get this guy out of here. Okay. So in order to do this, you know how when you take these faux flowers, you pull them off the stem and there's that little sort of nub. Normally we cut it flat. What I realized actually was really nice was to go like this with my X-Acto and sort of gouge out like a little opening for it. Twist. And then this can pop right in. If you want to secure it with a little bit of glue, you can do that, but see how it popped through the other side? Now it's in there, but I can always take it out, use it for another project, safe, you know, keep it safe in a bag where it's protected and not going to get smushed.
Fantastic. And you continue that all the way around with the balance that you've been talking about.
Exactly.
Now let's work on hanging it. You've got these great wood shims to make it seem like you've got an extra large
Can we talk about, look at those big clothespins hanging up there. It's got that really great sort of retro vibe, and it works with exactly how we normally hang Polaroids. So what you're gonna do is take an existing clothespin that is a fully functioning regular clothespin and some paint shims. We cut these paint shims in half, and now starting on the very bottom, right in the middle, I'm just gonna add a teeny bit of hot glue. Take this side with the clipper side on the bottom right up to the edge, because it's actually gonna work as a real clothespin, so you don't want to
pretty genius,
prevent that. Yeah, isn't it a cool idea? So now on the top, take this side right here, sandwich it down, and then you can just take either some baling wire or jewelry wire, whatever you want, and you would wrap it around the top. I'm gonna let this dry. Wrap it around the top just to create that look. And now it actually will function like a clip. And you can clip it directly on. Obviously, we would do it on the top, but you can clip it directly on.
Right. So once you clip it on there, you have to get a little creative of how you're attaching the twine to the actual clothespin, right?
You do.
Or
so would you actually do me a favor and put like a good amount of glue right there on the top half? So you add a good amount of glue just like this and lay a piece of twine in it. This is so lightweight that it really does not require a lot to hold it. I'm gonna let that dry, and then I would go over it with more glue to really like fuse that whole thing in there.
Excellent. And then you just tie the other side to the tree, obviously, and you hang it wherever you want.
Wherever you want.
At the height that you want, like you've done here. And as I'm looking at this, I see you've got a great hashtag already up there, and you've come up with an even better one here.
I gotta say.
Yeah.
June weddings, my man.
And what a good idea. And you've made this kind of for all occasions, because this is a sort of well, you put Velcro on here.
That's okay. So this is one option, because this is a really cool photo op opportunity, not only for weddings or honeymoons or anniversary parties, but for birthday parties. What would be really cool is to create a hashtag that can be interchangeable. So you really get the most out of this. If you're going to do that, what I would recommend doing is actually not putting an original hashtag on the Polaroid itself. Leave that space blank. I put the hashtag here. This is hashtag June weddings. We used a Cricut, but you could do it with like a big black Sharpie, whatever you want. And you can see on the back, I put Velcro. So what you would do is, I'm gonna center it right here. So if you can hold that still for me.
You got it.
Let's pop that sucker right there.
There you go.
It's perfectly in place, and when the next occasion comes, I can pull this off. Part of the Velcro is staying on here, and then you can swap it out for the next one.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Let's take some photos.
Let's see how it looks.
Great job.
How's my hair?
Oh, I could do this all day. I could do this all day. Full instructions, head over to hallmarkchannel.com, and don't miss Picture Perfect Mysteries, Newlywed and Dead, which premieres this Sunday night at 9, 8 Central over on Hallmark Movies and Mysteries.